focus?
We are.
Good morning. I'm Joanne
I'm Amy.
from Magpies Cottage. Welcome back.
Yes, Happy New Year to you.
Yes, it's been since before Christmas,
Yep.
right?
Mhm.
Okay. All right. I hope you all had a good holiday.
Well, we sure did.
Yeah. Yep.
Mhm.
Very nice.
So,
I knit right up until the last minute.
I know.
I finished my dad's socks 20 minutes before I gave them to him. Of course, they were in a gift bag, so I could just throw the other one in there.
Oh, I would have had the other one in the gift bag, wove in the end and stuck it in there, too.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Oh, that's
yeah,
funny,
this
though.
was my last one.
You know what? When you have those years where you're at the last minute on a gift,
Uh-huh.
I mean, I've literally given a gift with it's still on the needles. Say, when I get it done.
I did have
know?
one on the needles. Cadence's sweater is still on the needles.
Yeah, that's okay.
So I gave it to her on the needles. She understands.
I think everybody does.
Yeah.
I've also given a bag of yarn.
Oh.
Like 1 year I gave all my boys a bag of yarn, and my intent was to make socks, or I don't remember anymore what it was, and I just put a bag of yarn in, and they looked at it and they pulled it out. And, Mom, why are you giving me yarn? Well, it's just because it's not something yet. It'll be something. You get to pick.
Did they ever want to keep the yarn just to play with?
I don't know. No, I don't think so. No.
Okay.
And I've given my mom yarn too. But my mom, it was this whole bag of yarn when I knit her Hugo.
Oh, okay.
And
yeah.
so that bag of yarn, I mean, she loved the colors and she was all excited that I was going to knit her that. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So, anything else exciting in your life lately?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
I love January just for the calm.
Yeah.
And the quiet and
Yep.
getting back to I use it as I refocus and do all of those New Year'sy things, but I love January because it's just normal,
Okay. It's not normal for me right now. Crazy getting ready for the retreat.
Oh yeah, I know. Well,
Yeah, that's only a week away.
Everybody's getting kind of excited. So,
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
So we'll podcast at the retreat center with Frivolous and Frugal.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
How we're gonna do that, I don't know, but it's gonna be I think I intend it to be a stitch. So
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully we'll just set both of our cameras up and they can have theirs, we can have ours, and
But we got to get everybody together somehow. I mean,
you mean the four of us or the whole retreat?
No, the four of us.
No, I mean both have our cameras up and take pictures of all four of us.
Oh,
together.
okay. That's
so,
okay.
Like
I get
filming
it.
simultaneously.
Hey, you know what? It's early. It's
Yeah.
Saturday. I'm not paid to think now.
It's 8:00 in the morning on Saturday, and we have the knit in at 9:00. So
Yes.
you might see lots of people coming in.
And when they wander in and they wave, just ignore them.
Yeah.
They said they would. So we got some new stuff here.
Yeah, we got a huge, actually several boxes from Cascade. One of them was as high as my waist.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so what we did is we restocked and got new colors of Cascade Superwash 220, Heritage Sock, and Cascade 128. So 128, remember, Superwash is the chunky yarn, sold in Hanks. We got lots and lots of that. Restocked and got some new colors of the Heritage yarn, sock yarn.
That's really nice sock yarn.
It's really turned out to be a nice thing to have that wall of sock yarn.
And
All the colors.
Anything you want, you want to do a two-color something. Sometimes, you have this amazing skein of variegated yarn. And what do you do with it? Because it's so busy and crazy. You tone it down with a solid, and the Heritage Sock just does a wonderful job of that. So
Right.
that has been really, really nice to have.
And then more 220 Superwash, which we keep in baskets now because this stuff is not easy to stock on the shelves. Keeps bouncing off. So we got a bunch more of that, new colors, and restock the old ones. So that's what we got for yarn this week.
Well, and I have some new books. I love this. There's two of them here. This is 60 Quick Knits for Beginners. Okay, I'm going to just, I love this hat, lime green and black. Are you kidding? My colors. what this book is part of a series that Cascade does, and so it features all Cascade yarns. So they're readily available and easy to use, easy care yarns. But they have this series, 60 quick knits, and there's one for babies and one for kids, and then there's a sweater one. There's a whole series, and so I'm really excited to see the beginner one. I had not seen this one before.
Right,
So,
it's
you
new.
know, if you are a newer knitter or an old knitter like me that just likes quick, easy things once in a while too, this is a phenomenal book. Within that series, quick knitted toys. I love.
Oh, turn it around too.
Oh my gosh, look at this. I didn't even see that. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I got to look at the pictures in here.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we've got a hippo.
There he is from the front.
Here's the Triceratops from the front.
Oh,
how cute.
my goodness, is that cute?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I love knitting toys. Oh, look at this cat. That's adorable. There's an owl in here. Oh, a pinky pig, a bunnies. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, ballerina.
Okay, I'm into the girly right now. Okay, so knitting toys. Knitting toys is different from knitting hats, scarves, mittens. When you knit a toy, you have to knit a toy on a gauge that is tighter than you normally would knit for that yarn. So it usually involves going down a needle size, probably 2, sometimes 3. Because what you want to create is a really dense fabric, so when you stuff it, the stuffing doesn't show through. And that's I think, as far as knitting toys is concerned, I think that is the most important thing to think about. And then some toy patterns have you do thousands of little pieces. Well, and then you have to sew them together. That's where yarn tails come in handy. And so instead of oh, look at all those ends you gotta weave in, think of it, oh, look at all my sewing threads attached, you know? And so that's the other thing about knitting toys. But they're a blast to knit. I can tell you, I've knit a whole bunch of stuffed things for Cora over the years, and she loves them. And they're some of her favorite stuffies.
Yeah.
You know, so try a toy. They're fun.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
and you know what else about toys I've noticed nowadays? I don't know if there's any in this book, but sometimes you make the leg first, and then while you're knitting the body, you're doing the 3-needle bind off, you know, where you get the front and the back. Well, you do that to knit the leg in. So it's attached right away as you're knitting, and that's kind of a neat technique too.
Yeah, there's Susan Anderson is a designer who's really good with that technique.
Okay.
And it's it's a join-as-you-go construction so that you have minimal sewing to do at the end. I haven't looked at this book, but my gut tells me this one is probably not that way. I've done them both.
Yeah.
I've done them both. The sewing together isn't a big deal.
Right, right.
You know, it really isn't. And it's, it's just I think that we all tend to, finishing work, weaving in ends and all of that stuff. That's not our favorite thing to do anyway, so.
Well, the animals you kind of have to sew as you go, though, because you sew and then you stuff and then you go and you sew and stuff and go.
Well, I don't know. Ears make 2, underbelly.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, so.
Well, that's a neat one. You do twisted stockinette so that it's tighter.
Yeah.
That's a neat idea.
Huh. I don't think that does it all the way through this book.
No, just on the hippo.
Yeah, here there's this owl, and the owl looks kind of like a pillow.
Yeah.
Okay. But you're using 220 superwash on a 6 and a 4. And it calls all these different colors. Well, I would just use scraps, but
Or a self-striping yarn.
or that would work too. So yeah, just because it's put out by Cascade does not mean you have to use Cascade. But on the other hand, if I want a nice, soft, easy care yarn for a kid to play with, Cascade would work. So
Yep.
okay, next book. This one, this looks fun. Hey, that's cute. Look at that scarf. It's plaid. And then on the back, there's a whole bunch of different neckwear. All right, and it's 30 scarves, wraps, and cowls to knit for now. Featuring Cascade. which is kind of nice. I want to knit myself a cowl. I might have to look through this. Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I'll look through this later to come up with a cowl plan. Oh, collar work is in here. Look at that.
That's pretty.
That's pretty. This looks like corrugated ribbing down there.
Yep.
Yeah, so neat things in that book. And then for those who love to crochet, there we go, crocheted shawls. And judging from looking at the back, there's all pretty, very pretty things. Again, and I would venture that this probably uses an awful lot of Cascade yarns as well.
Yeah, I noticed, I looked through that book and a lot of them were cottons.
Oh!
So they must be making them for summer shawls. Or, you know, not everybody lives in Wisconsin and needs wool. But, yeah, I'd make some of them out of wool just because you get a better drape than the cotton.
That's true.
So, but yeah, I want to make a couple for shop samples because people are always asking for crochet patterns. You can find knit patterns for everything, but crochet, it's hard to find a good pattern.
That's true. That's true. I think that crochet, it tends to have a I don't know, a narrower usage window. You know? I don't know.
Yeah.
So, that's what we've got new for you this week. So come check it out.
Yeah. You want to see what I've done in the past couple weeks?
Oh my gosh, she's got a pile here. She, you know, her goal was to do hats.
Yeah, that's what I set a goal for 2019 is what was I going to do? Work on my New Year's Eve cast on the stripy blanket. However far I get on December 31st, I'm done. So it doesn't matter. If it's, you know, 3 feet or 8 feet,
It's not going to be 8 feet.
No.
Have you met my friend Joanne?
Whatever it is, it's done. So if it's small, I'll send it to one of the little, I'll send it to one of the babies. If it's big, I'll send it to one of the big grandkids. Oh,
That's funny, Joanne, but okay. So she's got a scrappy blanket going.
Yeah, so, and then I want to knit 6 hats for the store. And I got 3 of them done already, so
she's
that's
been
amazing.
hat crazy. I've been watching her knit these.
Yeah, I think I showed some of the hats I made over Christmas, and like one of them's the same pattern, different color. But this one, I didn't write the patterns. I just kind of made them up as I went. I'll write the patterns up, and I'm gonna I'll have them available next week at the retreat, and then after that, we'll have them in the store to buy.
So what's in here? Is this just ribbing in between the ridges?
Right. Well, I did a row straight knit first, then ribbing, straight knit, then pearls. Let's see it closer up. Yeah. Kind of a popular design this year with the bands like that.
Yeah. What kind of yarn is that?
This is the Bergère Magic Plus.
Okay.
But I think another alternative to that is the Cascade 128.
Because it's thicker, it'll go quicker.
Yeah. Well, this is a chunky and this is a chunky.
Okay.
So this is the other one out of the Bergère Magic Plus. This is just a broken rib hat. This is the one, I did this in Christmas in this color for my brother-in-law. So, yeah, broken rib. And then this one is called a Van Dyke check. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. Maybe if I hold it on an angle like that.
Yeah, there you go.
This one was drying last night, and it kept growing and growing. So I was going to say, well, maybe we need to make it on a smaller needle. But you know, when I measured it this morning, it's only 10 inches across. And you want a hat to be 21.
Yeah.
So I think it's the right gauge.
It's probably the right gauge widthwise, because it wasn't really growing widthwise, it was growing lengthwise.
Yeah. I dried it on one of these styrofoam heads, so it was going long. But, you know, if you wear it a little bit slouchy, that's not going to be really that much too long.
No, and slouchy's in. So.
Yeah. So I think I like it. I'll write the pattern just as I did it.
I like the checkerboard, basket weavy, whatever kind of look to it. You know, I do, because I like the diagonal in there.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a nice pattern.
I got 3 out of my 6 hats done for my goal for 2019.
Well, you should just go for getting those hats all done in January.
I could.
You're on a roll right now.
Well, though retreat is next weekend,
yeah, okay.
I'll probably start a different project.
I'm trying to decide what to knit at retreat, too.
So I have one pair of socks that was going to be Christmas socks, but
Yeah.
then Becky and Paul went away, and they weren't here for Christmas. They didn't come back till after New Year's, so I still have Paul's socks. I don't know if I'll give them to him late or just wait till his birthday in March now. But they were a tube that I cranked. The yarn is Regia, or Regia, however you want to say it.
I like this yarn. I like.
Oh, I
this-
love
the-
that color.
The color is just a gray with the red and the blue flecks in it. I love it.
And look how nice it cranked up. I
It
mean,
did.
it is a really nice.
It has a
even-
nice
I haven't
dense
blocked,
fabric to it.
I haven't blocked them or anything yet. This is.
Do you block socks?
Well, what I do, I soak them and then I roll them up and beat them and just let them lay on the towel. I don't put them on a blocker or anything, but just soaking them makes the fibers plump up a little.
Okay.
So I do that much.
I don't usually block my socks, but then I don't usually block my hats either. So
Oh, well, these first two hats I didn't because these are like half acrylic. It doesn't pay to block acrylic.
well, yeah.
Why
okay.
bother?
No, I wouldn't either.
But this one was all superwash,
Okay.
so
So
that
when
one
I finish
did.
my hat today, I should block that one.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll have to block my hat now.
Well, at least soak it and dry it.
Well, maybe then that way it'll even out some of the twists in it.
Uh-huh. And sometimes, sometimes what I do when they're wet is I put them on my fist like this and go like this to
Well,
get
that
things
would make
just
sense. That
just
would
to
make
like
sense.
even things out.
Okay. All right.
So that's all. Oh, I can show you what I'm working on.
No,
too.
that's Sock Club. Can't surprise you. You got to surprise people with that.
Oh, they can't see that till Tuesday. Okay.
Oh, heck, show it what the heck.
All right.
I think it's pretty.
All right. Well, I was making socks for Sock Club, and I have this gorgeous yarn that's stripes. I'll show you this one first. It's gorgeous yarn that's stripes. And I'm going to do an afterthought heel, as you can see. But when you have the stripes, this part looks nice. But then the sand stitch, which I wanted to do on the top, it looks excellent. I love the look of the sand stitch. I mean, compare
It's
it.
so teeny tiny. It just
Yeah.
kind of just pops out.
It makes the colors look better.
Yeah.
So I'm scrapping that one. I'm starting all over so that the sand stitch starts down by the toe, right away on the top. And I'm going to put some little ribs on the, I don't know if you can see it. Get my stitch markers out of the way. Little ribs on the side. That's what the stitch markers are. See the sand stitch and then the little ribs. And then when I get past the heel, I'll do it all the way around.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't like all the socks people do nowadays with just the design on the front. Because
Oh, you mean on the front of the leg?
yeah.
Yeah, I like it all the way around the leg.
Yeah, me too. So that's what I'm working on right now.
Oh, wow.
Besides Cadence's sweater.
Yeah, and that's going to, well, how far are you on that one?
Oh, I'm only like an inch until I have to rib the bottom and then do the sleeves.
Okay.
So it won't take long. I just have to get time to work on it again. I haven't knit at home in weeks.
Well, yeah, because
Well,
of the
since like
retreat.
Christmas. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's all for me.
Well, I have two projects.
Okay.
Small ones. Well, actually, oh, I didn't bring my sweater. I was going to bring my sweater. Okay, that's it. Next podcast, I have to wear my sweater. My
Okay.
sock arms is done, and it turned out so cool. It's just a crew neck sweater, but you knit it from the bottom up, and then you separate. It's in the round. Then you separate for the front and the back, and then you pick up for your armholes and knit down your sleeve. But I use a self-striping yarn for the sleeves, and the sweater knit up amazingly quick as a worsted weight. The same the pattern also comes in a sock weight, and I have yarn for that, but I'm not ready to knit it yet.
Yeah, you wouldn't finish that one in 2 weeks. Because you started that after Christmas, right?
Well, here's what I did. Because of the no cast on December, I cast it on November 30th. Literally cast it on. And didn't knit a row. Didn't do
Okay.
it. Didn't even join it in the round. Didn't do anything. I cast it on that. Because I went home from here that Thursday night, and that's what I did.
Okay.
So I didn't knit on it the entire month of December, and then I finished all my Christmas knitting, and then the week between Christmas and New Year's, I picked it up again, and I just kept knitting on it and knitting on it, and there's some waist shaping in there. So it was really kind of cool because you could set milestone markers for yourself. That was kind of a motivator to keep you going. So there's some hem shaping. It's longer in the back than it is in the front.
Okay.
Okay. So I did the short rows to get that hem in. That was one day's knitting. Then the next day was, okay, there's waist shaping. I want to knit up to the waist shaping. And then you knit through the waist shaping. And once you get through the waist shaping, oh my gosh, you're almost to the underarms. And then once you've got the underarm separated, the front, back and forth on the front, back and forth on the back, boom, done. The body, I will tell you, if it wouldn't be for setting these little milestone markers for me while I knit it, boring. Because it's just stockinette in the round, knit, you know.
But it's good for things like the knit-in today, you know, when you're with a bunch of people and you just want to knit mindlessly. It's nice for that.
It's nice for mindless knitting. So, yeah, it's done. I haven't done anything with the ends. I haven't blocked it or anything like that. So I got to do that, and that's kind of my plan for tomorrow. I want to do that tomorrow and get it laid out so that I can wear said sweater to the retreat. So, so that's done. So I have a finished object already this year. Then I also have on the needles a test knit, which is also a sweater. I showed the cowl, I think, before.
I think so.
That I was working on.
With
it
the
was
leaves.
with the leaves. Well, what Laura Ayler has done is taken that same leaf motif, put it into the garter yoke of a sweater, and then it's knit top down, and then once the garter yoke is done, then you go into stockinette. And then the trellis stitch that she had as the border of the cowl ends up being the border on the end of the sweater.
On the hem. Okay.
On the hem. So,
yeah, that should be pretty.
I plan to knit the body of that sweater at the retreat next weekend.
What weight yarn is that, a DK?
It's worsted.
Oh, it's worsted.
Well, I'm using a worsted weight yarn, but I think I'm knitting it at a DK gauge.
Okay.
And she told, when she was picking testers, it really came down to what yarn you were using. And I had this, and she said that would work. So I thought, shoot, I'm going to use that. And I'm very happy with the way the yarn is knitting up.
Good.
So, so I got that on the needles. That's sitting at home. I've done for the most part with the garter leaf part.
Yeah.
I just haven't gotten to where I take the sleeves off. And I didn't want to bring it here until the sleeves were off, because otherwise it's just too much lug.
Yep.
Okay, so this is what I'm working on since we're having our knit-in this weekend. I, unlike sensible people, going garter in the round because we're yakking the whole time, I am knitting cables. There's my hat. I'll bring it up close. You can see it's honeycombs. And this is called, bees. Oh, look at the pattern. The beeswax hat, I think. Yeah, beeswax hat. There's a cowl, and I think there's mitts that match it too. But it's just these really cool. It's not really cables. They're just twisted. I'm using a twisted stitch technique to get the cables in. And I'm knitting it out of the DK weight that our resident indie dyer dyes for us, Laurel. This is her DK yarn, and oh my gosh, is this stuff nice.
That is pretty.
Yeah. So I'm loving the way my hat's knitting up. I got a new coat. I have a new hat.
Yep.
So, and then I have on my needles, I'm going to work on these as soon as I get this done today.
Okay.
And this is a self-striping yarn, sock yarn. This will be a sample that for the retreat for the OMG heel class. So I have to finish the foot so I can do a heel. You know, most people, when you teach a class, they kind of want to see a sample.
Yeah, that would be nice.
I thought I would knit up a sock. So that's what this is. So I just picked a self-striping yarn because I like self-striping yarn, and I'm just doing a 6x2 rib. And it's not centered over the leg, but who sees it when it's in your shoe? But it looks really nice around the leg on the part that's out of the shoe. So away I go. I'll
Okay.
probably get to the heel today because I only got like 2-3 inches or so.
Okay.
So that's what's on my needles right now.
Okay.
I did have up here the samples for our shawl class. I have to show the sample even though class was last Saturday. But you can certainly join us because we are having a blast. This time with the shawl class, I thought I'm going to do 2 options. There are shawl shapes that are more come and go popularity-wise. And lately the trend has been to knit like a parallelogram. Well, I found the pattern when we were up at Ann Budd, and I found the yarn digging through a bowl of minis here. And so I knit what I call my highlighters and pencils. My kids at school, I wore it yesterday. I told them the name of the shawl, and they just laughed. They says, "Oh, that's so cool." So this is where the exciting part of the shawl comes in. All right, it's got ridges and it's got eyelets and then lots of different colors. And the point of this was to show how you're going to use mini skeins, okay? And then, so that was the highlighter side, and here is the pencils. So it's this wonderfully big, it's huge shawl, okay? And
Okay.
that was fun. After I got this knit though, we were sitting here one Thursday night, and I knew that this pattern had a sister pattern to it that was the parallelogram shape. So I said, okay, for this week's shawl class, in addition to making sure we play with color and match up mini skeins to a solid, I said, okay, now we're going to have to pick a shape. What shape are you going to work? So then I frantically got this one started because I had to get going. And so this is exactly, here, take an end. Oh, wrong side. This is the exact same stitch, the exact same concept, except you start out with 5 different minis. You have the colors going here, and then you have the, what I call the boring gray in the middle that goes around your neck. And then you go back to your minis on this end, only you do it in the opposite order. Here you have where you only did a little bit of white on the other end, and then you go gradiating down to the other size. So as it turns out, most of the folks knitting this are knitting the rectangular version. I don't know. I kind of thought that might happen.
Right,
but,
that's what's more popular right
you know,
now.
right now that's the big trend. Do I like wearing these the regular shawls just as much? I think sometimes when you have this asymmetrical triangle, people don't know how to wear it. Well, you just gotta rock it. Wrap it and rock it and have fun with it. And it's not the kind of thing that has to have perfection. Some of
Right.
us can take a shawl and throw it on and have it laying perfectly pretty in 2 seconds. And that's why, because they don't fuss with it. The
Yeah.
more you fuss, the more it looks funky.
Yeah.
I think this took me
Is
all
that,
of,
I was going to say, is that an asymmetrical one you have on?
this is Fractal Danger by Martina Beam. And I knitted out of fiber seed.
Oh,
The sprout. The
Yeah.
sprout. I love this stuff. This is one of my favorite yarns.
I haven't gotten that in a while. I should get that again.
What I like about it is there's 500 yards.
Okay.
There's 500 yards on a ball or on a hank, and it's not that expensive. It's a good value, for the yarn.
Okay.
And so this was it was this heavily variegated black and gray and light blue and medium blue, and this is how it knit up in this, and I just love this.
Yeah,
and
it's gorgeous.
Fractal Danger is it's asymmetrical, but it has a nice curve to it too, which is why I've got this nice curve here.
Okay.
So, yeah, I was gonna wear something else today, and then I thought, oh my gosh, I haven't worn that in ages. So,
Very nice.
oh well. So that's what I've been working on.
Okay. So, what classes are you going to teach?
I am resurrecting one of my favorite shawls and my favorite shawl classes. This is a Helen Stewart pattern. Now, I brought only one of the samples along, but there are 2. Couldn't find the other one. I don't know what I did with it. It's in the drawer somewhere. This is the large version. It comes in a single fingering weight skein, smaller version. And this one has beads, and you don't have to do beads. But this is Alpine Sunset. And it starts out with a garter section, and then you go into the lace. And it's this lovely, gentle curve that just drapes your shoulders very nice. And then in here, you're putting beads on. Like I said, if you don't want to put beads on, you don't have to, but I love the beads on this one. This is probably one of my favorite shawls that I've ever knit. And it's a good place to start, shawl knitting-wise, definitely. Now, this called for 2 skeins. I didn't use all of the gray or the red. I didn't use all of it. So I would say it's about 600 yards, about 600.
Okay.
And whereas the single color version, it's fingering weight yarn again, that was a single skein.
Okay.
And you can get it out of a single skein. And it makes a nice little shawlette. I mean, it's, you know, it'll hug your shoulders just as well. But for somebody who doesn't want as much bulk on their neck, that one would be a nice option.
Okay. And when's the class?
On the 24th.
Okay. All right. And you're teaching beginners next week? Yep, next week.
Knitting
There's
101 next week?
Still room in both classes.
Yes.
So if you want to sign up for Knitting 101 or Alpine Sunset, just call the shop.
Yeah, I'd love to have you.
Yeah, I don't know what we have up for classes otherwise. I just taught 14 Girl Scouts how to knit. That was a challenge. I think they all did pretty good. I'm anxious to see what they come back with.
I hope they come back with something.
Well, I kind of encouraged them. I told them when they had their meeting next month, if they had at least 2-3 inches, the leader should take down a list of names, and then they can come in and I'll give them $5 off their next shopping.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
So I would love to do a kids knitting workshop. You know, I don't know how to structure it that it's not so complicated. You know, parents work and kids can't get, you know, and then it's more parent carding. And I remember when I was the parent carding the boys, and I didn't, no.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out a way to do a kids knitting workshop where it's just a bunch of kids, and we start with something simple like a hat, and we move on to something fun like a little purse of some sort or whatever. I think the best time to teach a kid is, and as soon as they can learn to write, when they're writing their name, is the best time, because that shows they've got, and not they're writing their name kindergarten style, writing their name first grade style. So I'm thinking like 7, 8 is the best time, I think. And
you know, we tried to offer that once before, and a lot of people come in and say, do you do this for kids? And we'll say yes, and we set it up before, and we really didn't get a lot of people to sign up, so we never followed through with it because we didn't have enough. So I think it is a transportation kind of issue for the summer. Maybe if you went down the street to like the Boys and Girls Club and taught it even there, you know, that might work.
That's a possibility. Okay, so we're going to throw it out there. If you have some thoughts on how this could work, if you have a kid that you would like to have do this, give the shop a call. Give me a note. Let Joanne know. Shoot us an email, whatever. I'm just curious. I want to feel it out there because doing a kids workshop is something that I would really love to do. Let's face it, I spend my day with kids, so it's, you know, I'm not worrying about that. But what I'd like to, you know, I want to teach them more than just a hat and work them through, because once you start knitting a hat, well, then it's like the kids don't always know where to go next. So I have kids at school that bring me their knitting and show me their stuff all the time, and I just love it. So I even tell them it's okay to come and knit in my room for an indoor recesses, you know? Like at lunchtime when they have, you know, can't go outside because it's too cold or it's raining or something, bring your knitting. Come in. I'll knit with you.
Yeah, that's
So,
fun.
Yeah. So definitely let us know what you're thinking on that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yep. You know what? I forgot to bring the doggy bag. Should we pause?
Is that the fabric?
Well, there's one there with.
I'll go get it. I'll go get it.
But I got to get the yarn. We're gonna pause.
Okay, we're back.
Okay, hi. So the doggy bags this time is Broken Dove. Is that what you called it? Yeah, Broken Dove. It's gorgeous.
Love this color.
You want to hold the bag up behind it? I have to add drawstrings to that yet, but this is the 1 skein bag.
Okay, so you're going to do a 2 skein bag?
Yeah, I do a little bit bigger bag if they buy 2 or 3.
Wow. Okay.
So the 3 one, I put a pocket inside.
Oh
and
my gosh.
made it a bigger bag.
Oh my gosh. Is there a pattern that comes with this?
No,
No?
this is not one with a pattern.
Oh.
It's just a bag and yarn, and it's $29.95 for one. It goes up like 30, 60, 90 basically.
Okay.
1, 2, 3 skeins.
Wow. Oh, love this yarn.
And we'll take orders for these for another week. And then after that, the orders are for February.
Okay. Oh, and you haven't started February yet.
Did you see the fabric I gave Laurel?
The other night?
Uh-huh. It's gonna be gorgeous.
Okay, Laurel outdid herself this time. This is
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yes, I
Just
love it.
beautiful. I don't know what I got to think about this. What do I want out of this?
Mm-hmm.
See, that's the problem. I've been, I'll stash gorgeous, gorgeous yarn like this, and then I'll never know what I'm going to do with that.
Yeah.
And now I got to decide. And because it's a limited, you're only going to get it now. You got to say, okay, what does this want to be? Because then you got to, do I want 2 skeins, 1 skein, or am I going to go with, full Monty here and go 3 skeins? It's gorgeous yarn.
Yeah.
So.
And that's a good price, $30 for a bag and a yarn.
Absolutely.
Hand dyed.
A hand-dyed custom order, you betcha.
And Laurel uses a nice base.
Is this the wire hair one?
Short hair.
Short hair?
The 75/25.
Oh, this is really nice.
Really tight twist, and it's really round, so it'll look really nice if you do cables or things.
Yeah, and the speckling on it isn't too crazy that it's going to get lost in a cable or a cable.
Find the broken parts.
Yeah, there's little broken parts. I got a pink fleck here.
They're like a rusty orange kind of breaks.
Here's
in
another
it a lot.
one. So
this
in
one
here,
I don't see much.
Well, it's probably rolled in there because
it's probably in there tight.
From what I understand, and I don't know diddly about dyeing yarn, okay? I figure out, why do I need to know that? There are other people that do it really well.
Right.
So,
Right.
But anyways, the color, when she puts it in, it breaks apart. And surprisingly, you get little flecks of something that you didn't expect. Like here, this is mostly black on the white base, or the creamy base, but then you'll get these little flecks of something. And in this case, I see a pinky red one right here.
Oh yeah, yep.
And it can be throughout the yarn, and it's very random and very surprising when it does happen. But when you have that in your knitting, oh my gosh, it adds a level of interest to the knitted fabric that is really fun.
Yeah.
So I really like that. Yeah, I've got some rust in this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one is pretty true, but that one has the breaking. So that's why she named it Broken Dove.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah, very nice. I like this month a lot. So get your orders in quick if you want this. It's going to be gone after next week.
That's a challenge.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So what else have we got going on?
The retreat.
Yeah, that's coming up. And we've been talking a lot about ZK retreat
Yes,
coming up
we
in
have.
June.
How many of us are going? It's a huge group.
Yeah.
Like 8, 10 of us? I don't know, more than
No, it was 11 when I counted, and then I thought even more came on.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, yes, we're all working hard on our various teams for the knit-along points. Not that they get you anything, but it's fun.
I did not sign up for a team. Because last year I signed up, but I never contributed. So I figured I'm not even going to sign up this year.
Yeah.
I never get my stuff on Ravelry. I'm terrible. I need to get better at that, but I'm not going to commit to it right now. So
You got enough on your plate right now.
yeah.
So yeah, there's a good group of us going. We'll have a blast. So we'll be invading Rochester in mid-June next year. So everybody's
Yep.
pretty excited about it.
Yeah.
So
And I have a quilting retreat coming up in February. That's with the Sheboygan County Quilt Guild. That's always fun. That's at Cedar Valley Retreat Center also.
cool.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
Well, yeah,
The
our
retreat next
retreat.
weekend, and then summer. But that's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's your cycle. You know?
Yep, that's the way it is. I have to do things when school's out. So
Yeah.
yeah, and weekends during the winter, well, they're busy.
But you're getting ready for summer. I heard you say you signed up to volunteer at a golf tournament or
Well,
something.
that's not for next. No, that's for the Ryder Cup, which is in 2020, and it's in September of 2020.
Oh.
So yeah, you have
I
to.
thought that was this next
No, you
summer.
have to. It's like
Oh.
almost 2 full years before you.
Wow.
Yeah, when you sign up for these things. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Oh, the Ryder Cup is just huge, so I can't wait.
Okay.
I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah. Nice.
So, I don't know. I'm thinking about what I want to do in summer. I mean, we do have a vacation coming up in March that Ron and I will, sail away on.
Oh,
But
you got it planned already?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Where are you going?
We're cruising the Caribbean again.
Oh, nice.
Yes. 4 islands, sun, sand,
Okay.
snorkeling.
Very nice.
My kind of vacation.
Yeah.
So,
Hey, something else that's going to go on as soon as we get back from the retreat.
what?
I'm going around and I'm sticking stickers on a whole bunch of yarn, and I'm going to have a January blowout sale. I mean, I haven't decided all the details yet, but probably at least 25% of the yarn in the store will be on sale for 30% off. Big
You're
sale.
doing inventory clearance here.
Yes, it's time to get rid of the old stuff. Any of the stuff I have had for 3 years, it's time to let it go.
Well, sometimes yarn doesn't change. Yarn is yarn. Okay, you get new colors or you get different weights, but yarn is yarn. And sometimes you need a sales sticker just to inspire you what you're going to do with that.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Yeah,
you do.
and people always want to see news, so I can't just let the inventory sit stagnant.
No.
I gotta move it. So that's what I'm gonna do, is I'm gonna do that big blowout sale. It'll happen end of January.
Okay.
So watch
be
your
looking for that.
newsletters. If you're not getting the newsletter, call or email info@magpiescottage.com and get on the email list, and we'll let you know when the sale's coming up.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, I've never done 30% off before.
Well, but if you've got to move that old inventory, I'm sure it's beautiful yarn.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
we counted it. So, I know. Yeah. Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, so I'm excited for that.
Cool. Okay. Well, we will talk to you next from the retreat.
Yay!
All right.
Bye-bye.
Happy Saturday. Bye-bye.